What's happening, people? So we're back on today to talk about more of a serious video, yeah? But we got to get it done because this is something which actually bothers me, right? So we're going to talk about a guy called David Norris. Who the hell is he? Scumbag. That's all you need to know. He's one of the people who was involved in Stephen Lawrence's murder, yeah? So I'm just going to react, yeah? Because this was a time when I was growing up. And I'm going to give you my thoughts after. But we're just going to listen quickly. And then we're going to judge after. Right. Let's make sure we got enough volume.
It was at his parole
Hold on.
hearing. One of the men who murdered Stephen Lawrence, David Norris, has taken responsibility for the teenager's killing for the first time. It was at his parole hearing. Norris was jailed for life in 2012, but his minimum jail term has now expired. Norris said he wanted to express his genuine remorse that Stephen had done nothing wrong and that he will take his guilt to his grave. He also apologised to Black and ethnic minority communities, saying they were left feeling unsafe to walk the streets because of the murder. Stephen was killed in Eltham in South London while waiting for a bus in 1993. His family told the parole board this morning he should stay in jail until Norris names the others involved in Stephen's racially motivated murder. But today, Norris said his family would be at risk if he did that. Sejal Karia is at the 3-day parole board hearing in London and joins me now. Sejal, some astonishing statements heard already. Take us through exactly what David Norris has said so far.
Yes, appearing on video link, wearing a black T-shirt and black-rimmed glasses and with his hair greying, David Norris faced the parole board but had his back to the camera as he read this statement. For the first time, one of Stephen Lawrence's killers publicly acknowledging the part that they played in his murder. He said, "That murder 32 years ago should never have happened. I am totally disgusted with myself and my part in it, especially as the victim was completely innocent, just trying to get home." Norris described himself then as a horrible, violent, racist young man, saying the difference between who he was and who he is now is like night and day. He told the panel, "I don't expect forgiveness, but I want the victim's family to know how sorry I am. I'm not saying this because I want parole. I'm a changed man," he said. He apologized to Black and ethnic minority communities for making them feel unsafe, but refused to name others involved, saying doing so would put him and his family at risk.
Sejal, Stephen's family say they fear for their safety if he is freed by the parole board. They are urging him to tell the truth. Take us through what his brother, mother and father have said.
Yes, Stephen's family have urged the parole board not to release him. His father, Neville, and brother, Stuart, told the panel Norris should not walk free until he reveals the full truth of what happened that day in 1993. And Baroness Doreen Lawrence said she does not believe David Norris's remorse is genuine, calling him a danger to society. David Norris and Gary Nodson are the only men ever to have been convicted of Stephen Lawrence's murder. The others accused have never faced trial and still deny any part in it.
Sejal Karia.
All right. That's what happened, right? So Stephen Lawrence was waiting at a bus stop, if you've never heard the story before. And these men attacked him and killed him on the way home, 1993. I remember that story because it came on the news, and I remember it because it was disgusting, tragic, horrible to hear that something happened like that to someone. And all for what? For nothing, for no reason. You don't definitely deserve to be freed from nowhere. You should stay where you are. And accountability is actually owning up for what you are. So you was a racist then, you probably one now today. So own that figure and keep that same energy in it, because that's what you've done in it. And to lie for all of those years, make people watch people go to court, make people think that they're delusional, when it was all just for no reason at all. That's the maddest thing. That person will never live. That person will never have kids. That person will never breathe again. That person can't talk to their parents again, ever. Why this touched on a string for me, yeah, was that I grew up in that type of time. I didn't grow up in that area, but I managed to work in Eltham at one point. So I worked in a college down there, and I could feel the energy of people don't like you. It was a fact. It was a fact. And I mean, if an area's got that type of energy, God knows why they're doing something. They're doing something for no reason. They just said it themselves. 30 years later, I just tell you, I've done it for no reason. And I can't tell you who else was involved. Mad. You must think that, I don't know, you must think there's not a digital footprint. Like, people ain't seeing this. Seen what you've done. Know what you've done. You don't care. That's the reality, and the truth is you don't care. So by saying that you're remorseful and not being able to face a camera and tell them, like, oh, it was me that done it. I done it for no reason. I done it for all myself. Selfish. I don't think that you've grown up. I think that you've grown down, if anything, because admitting something halfway means that you might need another couple more years to do what you need to do. But how I've seen it destroy, like, Stephen Lawrence's family is, I mean, you know, your mum having to go to court for that many years and listen to what happened over and over again. It's a proud woman, that is, you know. Nothing but respect. I actually follow Stephen Lawrence's brother on TikTok. Shout him out as well. I'm not doing this because I follow these people on social. I'm doing this because it was mad impactful for me in my life when I saw this shit happening. Like, when I heard the story back in the day that you could be at a bus stop, someone attack you for no reason, end your life, lie about it for 30 years, stress your mum and dad out, stress your brother out, stress everybody out in your family so deep that, you know, you don't even want your family name coming up at certain things, because everybody knows of the Lawrence family who are black in London. It's a fact. And then to hear that how they was treated, even though they've got a law passed in his name, it's not enough. He's not there. Like, it's different, isn't it? I don't think people understand and deep the situation. That person's never ever coming back. What that person done, I don't know what type of person you've got to be to forgive somebody from something like that, because personally, that's never happened to me. Never want it to happen to me. And neither would I want it to happen to anyone watching this video. Tragic. How you would deal with it and how you would look at life now is you'd look at it from a different perspective. There wants to be some type of repentance and letting some things go. But there's an understanding that you've brewed a monster. What do you mean you're worried about your family? You've been out here living with your family for years when you didn't admit it. That's a fact. Like, you didn't say nothing. They probably knew. You just kept it quiet, kept it stum. That's crazy. The type of people that are hiding in society are dangerous. We all know that, innit? And when people be outed, they don't like it. Like, years ago when they called them people a racist, they said, no, I'm not racist. What do you think a racist person would say? No, I'm not. They don't like. And people can't stand to have this, like, stigma on them, or they're cliche. They are what they say they are. It's like for years people said, right, this is a racist, emotional, motivated attack. Because it was for no reason. But for what? That person was different. The only difference is the person was a different color to you. You haven't even said why you done it. You said it was for no reason. Up to now, you've got to come up with a reason. You've had years of ducking and diving, jiving. Now you're on the wing eating potatoes. You got to come up with a fucking answer, my boy. You can't be looking at at your judge, at your plea hearing and saying, oh yeah, you know, kumbaya, I've done my courses, I've done this, I've done that. We don't care. Nobody cares. Give the family a real answer why you done something, innit? You ain't got long to sit back in your seat. Neither has anybody else about this situation, but they've dragged it out to the point of how much more dragging it out can be. You don't want to say who else was there because you're worried. Why are you worried? You're in jail. You're in the safest place you could be. You're worried about your family, but you didn't think about someone else's family when you done what you done. Period. Like, they're definitely right when they say that they have struck a bit of fear into a few people because people are just going about living their life and knowing that you can be attacked for no reason. This was like one of the first biggest case that like UK saw like this. And that's when you knew that Houston's got a fucking problem. We all got a problem. Because remember, this problem's come from nothing. Person didn't say hello to you, didn't say, what the fuck you looking at, didn't say, oi, you, didn't say anything to you. You decided to attack them, take their life. There's no going back from that, man. People wanting to forgive and forget, you got to kind of put yourself in them shoes. And when you said it wasn't you for all them years, the disrespect what you put people through. You went caught bare times. People threw bottles at you. I saw that. Nation of Islam was out there. Do you remember back in the day when Nation of Islam was out there making a man get shook, making a man know what time it was? When I saw that, I said, no, that's some rude boy shit. They're standing on business. They were on your neck. But the narrative never wanted to be cleared up, which was a big problem. You know, people ran from the label because obviously the news was involved in it as well. And I'm sure the police was involved in that as well. They were covering up some stuff as well, little sneaky boys. You know what they're like. They already say that they're racist and they're down for stupidness and all that. You saw Panorama and you should know that that's a normal occasion. So them working with the police, it just made you think, what fucking force are we up against nowadays when people get into these hatred groups of life? Because he must be into some hatred group. Because again, back in the day, I don't know if it was him or if his pal, you saw the videos of them stabbing that thing and all that, doing all that stuff. They got arrested for that as well. Don't you remember when someone filmed them? I swear it was the news people again. Nothing really came of it. It was a bad case, man. Bad case. I don't know how their family dealt with what they went through, because it will tear most families apart, no matter who they are. Take out that this person was black, or take out this person was, someone's killed you and they've went to court, denied it for 30 years. Said it weren't them. Then when they went down for it, said it was them, but they don't want to tell you sorry. They only want to tell you sorry when like they feel like it. What does that say? That doesn't say that someone is rehabilitated, because that's what jail is about, rehabilitating people from problems. He's obviously got some bigger problems still going on. When you're thinking about life outside, you've got life, you should do life. But this is England, so you never really do life. You know, the longest person serving in jail is probably someone like Bronson or something like that. Anyway, my views and my opinions on it is that it's a shocking story, man. But the internet will always have this digital footprint of this story. It's undescribable to explain to someone that somebody's family would go through this level of just up and down, tearing them apart. It's disgusting. It's so disgusting to see that that's how humans are going to behave towards other humans and all that. David Norris, again, someone who never met in my life. Yeah, you only read the things what you see, and you listen to the things what you hear. And the things what you've heard today was he's sorry for what he done. He can't tell you who else was there, but he takes full accountability for doing it and doing it with no reason. He's not saying this to be let out of jail, but he just wants to say sorry to you lot because he can't be talking to me. And he's saying sorry to you lot because he doesn't want nothing to happen to his family. Should have thought about that at the time, whether you had a family or not, which you probably did because you have a mum and a dad. If that's the family you're talking about, or the new family, what you've had with all the years you've been lying and getting away with whatever you got away with, but now you're in jail for. You know who we see as like good people in life and allow people to carry on with a certain type of behavior? These are the implications of this bullshit. How many times would you need to see something like this happen to say that there is a problem with people? I don't care if you want to call it accountability, because that happens at some people's life if they're smart enough to get to that point. You become accountable for the shit you say. And some of the shit I've heard people say who are from different races that have these racist ideas, like this David Norris person, is that there's no level of intellect at any point. At any point, when it comes to reasoning why you done something. And after a few years, yeah, you'd start to think about what would you say? What would you say if you was face to face with someone else who done that to your son, your daughter, your mum? Forgive them? Your mum could have been living. You could have been a grandma because your son could have had a child. But you never get to see that day. And it was all because of nothing. No. A lot of people are not going to make sense of that. But I will say, like I said, I worked in Eltham for a little bit. Very airy. People looking at you funny. For sure. I will say that. And if you've worked in Eltham or you've ever been around them areas, tell me that I'm lying. Because I worked at the college, so I was right on the strip. So if you know Eltham and you know where the college is, you will know exactly what I mean. I had to catch the camera there, guys. I've actually got it hooked up in a different way. But yeah, we're back again. Yeah. So it's just a funny one, man. It's a one which I definitely wanted to make a post about because I listened to this stuff growing up. I've seen all this stuff. And to see the outcome now today, disappointing. Disappointing to know that people think that that's a reason to do something. So with that said, yeah, I would like to know other people's thoughts in the comment section, because when it comes to something like this, it's a serious matter, man. Flipping serious matter. I mean, like, an apology doesn't make up for something what someone done of that significance. Not at all. Forgiveness is something that you have to build yourself towards doing it at some point. You know, you got to forgive yourself for allowing yourself to be in that situation, and you got to kind of forgive that person as well, because you'd want them out of your environment, life, energy, space. You know, but do I personally feel that that person should be free? Hell to the no. No way. You can't even work out who was with you. From time you can't work out who was with you on the job doing stuff, because we know some other people, but we just need to know everybody's name, innit? Might as well know everyone by now. And you don't want to tell? Just stay a couple more years. I think you should do at least another 10 to 15. See how you get on. See if you last. I want to know you lot's thoughts in the comment section. Again, this is a very serious story. Stephen Lawrence, yeah, killer. David Norris. Stephen Lawrence, remember the name. He was killed waiting at a bus stop for no reason. The guy said today when he's in jail, you know what? I feel sorry. I want to say sorry to the black and brown community because we made you feel scared, and not sorry about lying. He didn't say that. And he said, I'm not sorry because I can't tell you who else was with me as well. Because then I'd be a snitch, and then I'd be worried about my family, who I've lived life with, who I've probably had more kids and enjoyed myself with and went on holidays. While this person suffered, and you lied and stood up in court and made these people sound like they were crazy. But it was just all a ploy to get yourself off of the bullshit what you was on. I have no respect for this type of person. Justice, or the justice system in England, is fucked anyway. I'll tell you that from now. Like, people favour who they favour, and it is what it is. It's not even about getting a good lawyer sometimes. It's about never seeing yourself in those situations, point blank, because it's not fair. Stephen Lawrence is a tribute to that, why it's not fair. You can see they had to change a law. When you have to change a law, that means shit was fucked up before. Like I said, this situation touches deep with me, because I think some situations like this have fueled and egged on like British racism. Do you get it? And what people can get away with. And as you can see, these people have got away with this shit for years. So I feel deep about it, and I just haven't got any energy for him, any remorse for him. His situation was fucked up. What he done, what he's now admitted to, and what he's allowed it to become today, which is a show of, guess what? These people are on earth. They will do this for no reason. And then after 30 years later, they will tell you it was all for no reason, but we know that we made you feel bad. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry is what you do if you hit someone with your shopping trolley in the back of the legs. Think someone could take my pitney or someone from me in life and then just hit me with that I'm sorry? That ain't cutting it, man. That ain't cutting it. Some of the trauma, what it definitely put some young people through, who's lived in London, who's grown up, who's been black, knowingly that there's some areas they don't want you to go to at night or periodly. And Eltham is out of London, it's in Kent, yeah? Is a dive, first of all. But, I mean, areas where people don't want you to be in. And that was kind of like one of those areas. You know, I'm not from that side of London. That is not even London. I'm not from that side. But I mean, when I had to go over there, like I told you, I went over there to be a lecturer. Didn't feel the disrespect from the people inside, but the area, there was a bit of like, when I was walking outside the college, I could feel a little bit of like as if someone was looking at me from far away, as if what are you doing there? But I'm a unit, 6'2". I used to do judo, black belt, defend myself. Not that we need to, but if you need to, You know what I mean? No jokes. Yeah, I just want to end this with my condolences to the family of Stephen Lawrence's family, yeah, because you can never imagine how much his mum has had to go through, I remember when I was younger, yeah, and I was getting into trouble. I used to get in trouble, and my mum used to tell me what it's like to like go to court and stuff like that, like how much trauma it put her through, like as if like you know how much that upset me. So I can only imagine what it's like to speak and be in the room when your mum is listening to the way they unalived you. Deep. Some deep shit. That's some deep shit. So yeah, man. Proud up the Black Queen, man. Proud up the dad as well. Hail up the brother as well. Because having to relive that year after year, every time someone brings up your brother's name, your family name, like you hear Lawrence and all that in London, you know what that is. Don't get me wrong, they put some great things behind them with the art and stuff like that. Try to commemorate his name and the things which he has done, because he has done a few things. So we shouldn't just remember him just for that, because that doesn't define him as a person. I love the way they've kept that going, that energy, that spirit. And what people need to do, if there is some type of petition one day or whatever, sign that shit, man. Keep my man dripping in there. Keep him in there, that little fool. Anyway, I'm done with this video, because this video for me was like a personal touch where I had to say to myself, you know what? Hopefully he's not getting it. Someone put in the chat, he wants to get out. He probably does want to get out. But if it can be down to the public or anybody else to make a petition to be able to stop that, it's just a document, guys. We can start doing it tonight. I'll sign it. I'll put it on this post. I don't care. But what I will do is I will say that I've got to fix this camera because it's dropped off twice now. But what I will say is that it's just really sad that that's happened to him, innit? And let's all be respectful of Stephen Lawrence's family, because they'll tear apart any family, yeah. So let's hope that this person don't get out, and drop your comments in the comment section on what you think about it, because for me, like I said, it was a deep story. It'll always be a deep story, man. Shit was it's real. I've been down that area. Like I said, my experience with the area wasn't good. That's it. So I want to leave it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Let's get it.